Hello there and welcome to this tutorial on how to customize your CV to fit your job applications. So we all know that the race to find the right job to actually be called back can be very competitive. There's so many people who tend to apply to these same positions, and so because of that you need to take the extra mile to make sure that your CV is as close to that job requirement as possible so that you improve your chances of being selected. So we're going to be going with this sample today. This is a virtual assistant job role. Here we have a bit about the organization, what they want. We have information about their requirements and all of that. So we're going to be using this to tailor my CV. So I'm going to be using my CV to demonstrate this. Tailor my CV to this particular job application. But let's make sure we've gone through everything. So these are the requirements. We'll go into it. And here you can see apply now. Let's see. It will probably lead you to, the main application page. Okay, so this is a form. This is a form here. But the main thing they want you to upload is your CV. So that means your CV is quite important for this. Okay, that's the main thing. All these other ones are basic questions that you can respond to fill the form. But our focus for this tutorial will be on tailoring your CV to match the job application or the job requirement. The name of this organization is called Task Drive. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. So there are basic things that you want to look at. Not all jobs require your own application. You have to make sure that when you look at the job requirements and then the things that they expect of you, that you're able to tackle a large percentage of the things they've put forward. So at least 80%, right? Because that improves your chances and it just makes sure that you're not wasting time and effort. Okay, so a good way to start is to look at the metrics. If you look at this box right here, they have highlighted the metrics at the top right corner. Some other organizations may first list it up here. However they choose, just look out for the information that they have put to stand out. They are putting that it's a deliberate act to help you to understand at least the core requirements for that particular job role. So let's quickly look at this, right? This is a permanent job role. This means that you're going to be, it's not the type of job where they want you to be on contract for a few months, say 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years. This is a permanent role. So it means that they want somebody or a group of people that will be well fitted into that role and they're not looking to replace for that role anytime soon. So put that in mind. Okay, so this is a full-time role as well. So this means it's like a 9 to 5. This means it's going to be like a 9 to 5. So it could be 8 to 4, it could be 9 to 5, it could be 9 to 4. But you have the full idea that it's most likely going to be like, what a 9 to 5 is being that you start in the morning and then you end up closing in the evening. So you may want to ask yourself, are you ready for this? Is this the kind of job that you're able to take now? But the good thing about full-time roles is that the pay is usually very good. 9 to 5 jobs, the pay is usually within $800 to about $1,200, and that's a good deal because when you do the conversion and you convert to naira, that's good money. Okay, but it's not the kind of job that I feel you should be doing another 9 to 5 and be doing as well, because it will definitely tell in how productive you are or your level of efficiency in delivering on that job. So you want to put all of that into consideration because you need to have time, right? You need to have time to actually do the work. So some people may want to, maybe your work is not paying you enough and you want to take a shot, knowing that when you take it you let go of the current job that you're doing. That's also fine, but make sure that your decision, you have actually thought it through before you proceed, that you're going to be able to do this job if you eventually get it. Now it's a remote position. It means you can work from anywhere. then of course for virtual assistants. So what do you want to do next? What's the next line of action? You want to read for yourself. You want to understand exactly what is required. What do they want from you? So you can see that they've broken down this job application into segments, about 4 segments. Here is just like an introduction, a little about the organization. You see here that's mentioning the requirements and then what they offer, what you're going to be getting when you do get this job. So let's go through the sections one after the other. Now, if you read through here, they are seeking motivated and energetic virtual assistants who are enthusiastic about the AI movement and eager to learn and grow. Okay, as a virtual assistant, you will play a crucial role in supporting our various clients by providing assistance to ease their tasks. This position offers a unique opportunity to gain hands-on experience with cutting-edge AI technologies and become an integral part of a growth journey. This is interesting. So you can read between the lines, right? What they need is somebody who is ready to learn, eager to grow, someone who is able to, manage clients, customer relationship management, or at least manage customer expectation, right? Someone who has some experience or has been a virtual assistant, or at least has the training that qualifies them for that, who is also interested in AI technologies. So by reading in between the line, you have a good idea what is required or what they want. Okay, so you keep going here at Task Drive. Our core values guide our every action. We prioritize people first, placing the well-being of our teams and customers above all, committed to customer success. So you can see from the things that they have boldened up that this is generally what their core values are. So these are the things that make up their culture in that organization. Okay, so you can look at this: people first, customer success, love not fear. So they want you to have the strength, but not like you're just so rigid you don't know any other way or want to apply any other way to doing something. Fun and harmony, taking initiative, yeah, very important. Someone who is able to be trustworthy, can simplify processes, has an open mind, has good attitude to work, right? Transparency as well. So you can see all of these give you a good idea what kind of organization they are. By looking at this alone, you can tell that they most likely are the kind of organization that may even support you with training, right? Based on their culture. Then look here, don't miss this vital information here that says watch our co-founder David Hensel's video to learn more about our core values. Now, for them to put this in the application, just best believe that there's a good reason, right? So we'll come back here because it will help to watch this video. It may give you some pointers or some very much needed tips that would give you a upper hand when applying for this position. So I may just want to stream through this. So of course, people first, own it. Okay. So as not to waste too much of our time, I will be looking through all of these. So of course, my point is that for such applications, if you find that there's a link to something that is like an added information, it would actually help to look through that information because it may just be what will give you an edge and bag you the job. Right now, let's look at the requirements squarely. They want someone with proven experience as a virtual assistant or in a similar role, preferably with exposure to a variety of fields. So you put that at the back of your mind that you want to showcase your CV in such a way that shows that you have some experience, either learning experience or hands-on experience or some volunteer service that you did, even if you have not exactly started full-time as a virtual assistant yet. But it will help to mention some experience, right? So here, a genuine enthusiasm for AI and its potential to transform industry. Interesting. So you might show, probably things that you have interacted with, things that you have been engaged with that are AI centered. You can demonstrate how you use AI, right? So just reading through this will give you a good idea how to present yourself to get this job. Strong organizational skills and exceptional attention to detail. Interesting. Excellent communication and interpersonal abilities. So you see all of these. Look, ability to quickly adapt to new technologies and software application. Self-motivated with a proactive attitude towards learning, personal growth. Ability to work independently. right? So all of these now give you a good idea what you should do. But if you come here and look towards the tail end of these requirements, especially these last two parts, right? A stable and fast internet connection, a personal computer with RAM of 8 gig plus. So you may want to put something like this in the cover letter instead, right? Other things that are not core. So a way to do that, because in this job I do not think that they ask for a cover letter directly, but you can, most people don't know this, but you can actually attach a cover letter at the bottom of your CV, right? So where they didn't ask for it separately, you can just have it separate heading and be the third page or the second page, depends on how long your CV is in itself. But according to best practices, your CV should not be longer than 2 pages, and your cover letter can just make the third page or the second page. Okay, so you may want to just put all the other things that are not core, they're not core information that you want to capture. You can use that to make up your cover letter, and we'll be talking about cover letters in another training. Okay, so here, look what we offer. What are they going to be giving you when you get this job? Opportunity to work with cutting edge AI technology and master AI powered platforms to support clients across various fields. Interesting, okay? A supportive and collaborative work environment that encourages professional development along with training. See? So they're going to be giving you training, and then they're going to be putting you in an environment that fosters professional development, and that's good. Wow, they're giving annual medical stipend. Interesting. According to the country of residency, this is good. Paid time off. So when you have your time off, you are still paid. Learning sessions, weekly gatherings. This is a very good job. Annual, are you serious? Sick days allowance, referral incentives, freedom and flexibility of remote work and adjustable schedule. This is good. So now we have read through the entire thing and we have a good idea, right? We have a good idea what they want for this. So what's the next step from here? What you want to do after understanding what is required is to copy all of those requirements. Of course, I don't need to copy this part that says only English resumes will be taken into consideration. You're speaking English, you're writing in English, so that notification is not, a core information you want to you want to carry along. Okay, so let's come here. I'm going to be working with some queries, right? Because I don't want to take too much of your time. Query 1, right? Let's paste that. Let's paste so what we pasted just now is the job requirements that was copied. And please, I like to use ChatGPT and Gemini at the same time. Why? Gemini has a more updated information reservoir than ChatGPT, because ChatGPT's information reservoir stops at I think 2021, if I'm correct. I think 2021. And so because of that, even though I just like to be able to compare and contrast between both. Create the most well-suited Harvard style CV. Now let's stop there and analyze this Harvard style. Why have I chosen Harvard style CV? I've mentioned Harvard style CV here because in recent trends, we've been hearing that people with Harvard style CV are getting jobs. It's like, it's coming back in, right? And so because of that, I want to include it. I want this particular CV to be, to just follow the trend, right? Then I've added this clause, plus best possible CV style. What should I call it a phrase? Plus best possible CV style for getting quality remote jobs according to best trends nowadays. Okay, so this, for instance, is going to add and notify ChatGPT that even though I want to pay priority to Harvard style CV, you can please add whatever best tips according to most recent trends to this CV build up, right? For this job role, see job requirements here. So you see, this will just help us. What we're trying to achieve, first of all, we have not put in any of our information. It doesn't have our CV. We just want to see what the best CV for this job role should look like. What exactly should it look like? What should it contain? So from there, we proceed to building one that is unique to us. So this first prompt I'm going to run right now, and I've copied that. I'll also paste it here on Gemini, and I'll run that as well. So let's see what the feedback looks like. Okay, so it's very random. John Doe, address, phone number, email, LinkedIn. Good. Professional summary, motivated and enthusiastic, virtual assistant with a passion for AI technologies, experienced in. You find that most of the responses you get at this stage is generic, just quite generic. Virtual assistants in so place till present, demonstrates proficiency in using cutting edge AI technologies and software applications to optimize client workflow. So if you just read through it, you see that a lot of it is generic, but it holds the information that you need, the kind of information that shows that whoever owns this CV is skilled at what they're doing enough to be able to, you know, match the job requirements very well. So let's come and see what the input from Gemini is. So of course the bio data here, but it's presented it in a different style. And then here we have our summary. Highly motivated and detail-oriented virtual assistant with so number of years of experience supporting clients across diverse fields, possesses a genuine passion for artificial intelligence and its transformative potential, proven ability to manage multiple tasks effectively, prioritize workloads and adapt quickly to new technologies, enthusiastic about contributing to a collaborative and fast-paced remote work environment. Good. So this is generic though. All of this is generic, but it will guide you in filling out your CV. Okay, so now that we have that generic information sorted out, ChatGPT is still working on this. Now that we have that sorted out, we want to go ahead and open our CV. So I will be opening my most recent CV. No, so this is my most recent VA CV. Now there are different roles. You see this here is for digital campaigns manager. Of course it's going to be a different CV altogether, but for this this was in April, and so it's like my most recent VA CV, because this job I'm applying to is for VA core. So I want to develop from here my CV, right? So I'm going to open this one. I want the display to be 100%. Okay, good. So I like that my template is already organized for me. So I'm going to be using this template. I don't want to have to build a CV from scratch because nobody wants to spend forever, So what I'll do on the spot is that instead of leaving this CV saved like this, I'm going to be changing the name. So I'll come here to save as. Then let me put this under TAR 2024. Right? So now I know that when I want to refer to this document, I know which exact job I applied to and then the dates that I did. So I can just probably build off of this for whatever next application I need to work on. So here's my CV. And because I read through the requirements of that job, I have an understanding of what they're looking out for. There are certain things that they said, but they didn't say, right? So you have to know that you should have some added skills beyond your virtual assistant skills. Some skills being that they want to know that you're able to, say, probably manage a project, you're able to communicate effectively internally and with customers, or, you're able to, just you have an appetite for learning and all of that, and you have some interest in AI. So I'm going to try my best to put my best foot forward in terms of anything to do with AI. So anywhere I know that I applied or I used AI for the job, I'm going to definitely be buttressing on that, or I'm going to be adding it where it wasn't necessary to add it before. Do you understand? So take for instance on this part of my CV where I was working as business development manager for this organization, I want to come here and add that I used so I could say leveraged AI for process automation. for. So you want to do that across your CV. You want to see places around your CV where adding or tweaking one thing or the other may just help to make it better fitted to the required job role. Okay, so I'll just leave this like this for the sake of this example. I won't go further. So what I'll do here is I want to copy this CV. I want to copy it and take it to my prompts, right? So this is where query 2 comes into play. Query 2 says, this is my previous CV. Use the sample template to update my CV to make me best suited for the job application. Rearrange and rewrite my contributions where necessary. Maintain other core skills such as project management, customer relationship management, process automation, etc., as well as other key strengths to demonstrate my capacity to thrive on this role. Right? So I'll just paste my CV and that prompt will be right above. So let's copy this and put it all at the top. This is query 2. Right. So remember we're doing for both ChatGPT and Gemini. So I'll bring it over to Gemini and paste that same query. So let's go. I'll hit send so that we have a more tailor fit, like a better fitted CV for this particular job role. Okay, so here you can see that our CV is being created. We have summary first. Okay, so this is what Gemini created. Let's see what ChatGPT has. Okay, so ChatGPT started with biodata, professional summary, results-driven professional with over 9 years of diverse experience in multinational corporations and private sectors, skilled in communications, marketing, project management, and business development, proficient in leveraging AI and automation to drive impact and achieve organizational goals, excellent critical thinking skills with a deep understanding of business needs in Nigeria. Okay, I like this, though there's some parts that I may not necessarily think necessary to add. So for instance, this part, I don't need it. Right, so I'm going to be comparing and contrasting. So what I'm going to do for the next prompt is this. I'm going to copy out the prompt from this first prompt and the second prompt, and then I'll ask ChatGPT, look at it on this third query, optimize these professional summaries into one. Make it 100 words or less. Right, then we have summary 1. Summary 1, results oriented, yada yada yada, up until this point. Then summary 2, highly motivated, yada yada yada, up until this. So I've instructed you what I want out of this query, and it should be less than 100 words. So this will be what will replace the professional summary that I'm going to be using. So let's paste this. I'll also be pasting that on ChatGPT, right? So at this point, of course, I'm not just going to be copying and pasting. There are two reasons why. First reason is that I don't want to restructure my CV. I like the structure of my CV just as it is right now. But you'll find that the point of your query is to change certain things. So those things that I've recognized need changing are the things that I'm going to be going ahead to change. What I do is I don't copy and paste. I don't copy and paste direct from ChatGPT. So I said my first reason is because I don't want to change the format. My second reason is that I do not I don't want to I don't want to have to copy from ChatGPT and paste in my CV because I've seen a couple of material online that point to the fact that it's detectable. Things copied from ChatGPT can be detected through certain software. I have no proof. I have not seen any of such software. I don't even know the science behind it. But I don't want to take my chances. I'll rather type it out. So I'd usually just go ahead and begin to type out, pardon me. So I'll just begin to type out this prompt response here. And then yeah, you see results oriented. Okay. So you just want to go across the CVs created for you, compare and contrast, and see where you can make some final changes. So here at journey consultants, for instance, you want to change this. Let's see, provided comprehensive support. This is okay. Streamlined. Okay, this is okay. Enhance companies online pros. You understand? So you just want to take bits and pieces from here and there. Okay, self-motivated. So let me come to skills and see what I can add. Virtual assistance, project management, communication, written and verbal, interpersonal skills, time management. Okay. Okay, so you want to tweak your CV until you have a complete document, a complete file. Okay, so you could just make final touch, final adjustments to your CV, and there you have it. You can remove things that you think may not be necessary. So I think I'm happy with this CV now. I just would adjust here and there. Okay, so I can go ahead and save this and fill out my application. There you go. So you have a good idea how to customize your CV now, how to save it, how to make sure that it fits the job role or the job requirements very well and increases your chances of actually getting the job. So in another training, we're going to be looking at how the best practices for filling up job forms like this. This looks pretty simple, but some may be very complex. Some some you may even spend hours on trying to get the best answer, trying to put things in place. Right? So that's the end of the training. I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you. Make sure to learn with more.